Hey guys, let's have some chaos because this is going to be a very chaotic video. I'm eating. I made the lollipop come out the wrong way. Ooh, that looks pretty glistening in the sun. It's like white. It's actually purple. Ooh, I need my hat. I'm sorry guys, this is going to be very chaotic. Nope, that's not where that goes. Just get in the back here. Okay. So welcome back. This is too chaotic. We're doing a book review of a new book I recently finished, Iron Widow, by an Asian Chinese Canadian author whose name I can't say out. Well, I would just say Mei Zhao. I actually took Mandarin, but I need to see the character too, because then I also need to know what accent it is. Be like XIRAN ZHAO. It's the J. Like, I've never seen J. J is not in the Chinese alphabet. They must have gave her like an English name. Anyway, she's a non-binary author. Like, look at this photo. Isn't that funky? Like, it's so funky. And she has a YouTube channel, and like, they're like hour-long videos. Now I watched them all the way through. She was like analyzing Asian references in Avatar, and then Kung Fu Panda. She did Over the Moon and Turning Red. And then she did this whole like history, two-part history series about Wu Zetian, China's only female emperor, which is this is loosely based on. Like, let me read you the thingy. Blah 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 blah. This book is, yeah, I can't find it, but she says it on her channel, like, Wu Zetian. This is a reimagining of Wu Zetian, China's only female emperor, in a sci-fi future where robots protect the world from aliens, using mechabots. And so I didn't really understand what that was, but then I looked up her inspiration for that, Darling with the France, and it's just like a giant magical robot that needs a boy and a girl to pilot it. So the book explores sexism and like overthrowing the patriarchy and all those things. So it's super fun. I finished it like 2 weeks ago, so I don't really remember it. It had a plot cliffhanger of an ending, like, it was ridiculous. But I really liked it. It was really... I've never really read sci-fi books before. I've only read fantasy, kind of. So sci-fi was interesting because it's like, it's realistically possible. So in a way it makes it realistic fiction, just futuristic realistic fiction, you know? But this was really out there, like, but like the setting was like China, more like ancient China actually, because it was all those like sexist customs and all that, like the foot binding and like bride price and like marrying off your daughters, that whole thing. That's like the environment that the main protagonist is growing up in. Anyway, I can't do this. I'm losing my train of thought. What did I think about it? A primal scream of a book. It was kind of like, this is for a first book by someone, like, this was their first book. Dang it, I've been using their pronouns wrong this whole time. They're non-binary, so they use they, them pronouns. I've never really like encountered a person like that, so like I'm not used to using it. But anyway, this was their first novel, so for someone's first book, it was pretty good. And she also does this on their YouTube channel. They go on this whole rant about their book journey, and like, being an author is hard. Like, you gotta get a publisher, you gotta get an agent, you gotta like get it. it was really interesting. They like memed themselves to like sci-fi #1 bestseller for a week. So I thought that was really funny because I've been like following them on YouTube for a while because I took Mandarin and I was really interested in her like their take on Chinese history and all that jazz. So that was really interesting. I don't think I took notes in it because it's a library book. Normally I take notes in my book. But books are expensive too, so that's kind of interesting. Let me read you the summary. In Huaxia, the highest honor for a young girl is to be selected as a concubine pilot. Supporters paired up with male pilots to power up chrysalises. That's what the giant mecha robots were called. Oh, it says it. The giant transporting mechas that humanity relies on to battle the massive aliens that lurk beyond the Great Wall. But the honor often ends in death. And when 18... Oh, she's only 18. I forgot about that. Capitalism. It also examines that. Because even though it's like a dystopic world, there's still like... It's like a mini country. And there's like the capital and all that. But it's so expensive to live in the capital. It's like the government is not in charge. The richest is in charge. That was a nice thing that I noticed. And then when Zhoutian's sister is killed by a pilot, Zhoutian signs up to adventure. The vengeance is swift, brutal, and unexpected, leaving Zhoutian labeled as an Iron Widow, a much feared kind of female pirate who can sacrifice boys to power up chrysalises instead of the other way around. To tame her unnerving yet invaluable mental strength, she is paired up with Li Sherman, the strongest and most controversial male pilot in Huaxia. But now that Zhoutian has had a taste of power, she will not cower so easily. She will miss no opportunity to leverage her and Sherman's combined might and infamy, and survive attempt after attempt on her life until she can figure out exactly why the pilot system relies so heavily on destroying girls' lives and dismantle it for good. And in the process of dismantling that, she kind of goes insane. Like, just because she's a woman does not mean she's not susceptible to, like, greed and power. Like, it does get to her in the end, and it's not a satisfying ending. I don't want to spoil it, but, like, it kind of very loosely follows the story of Wu Zetian, and, like, Wu Zetian, like, becomes empress and, like, takes over the country. She doesn't take over, she just rules it pretty well. She's a good ruler. And, like, so obviously towards the end of the book, Wu Zetian is, like, taking over the country and government. And, like, the book ends, like, halfway through that because she's got to, like, it's a lot to control. So she's got to, like, do this and this and this. And, like, once she gets halfway through that list, something happens and then the book ends. I'm trying to take this video under 10 minutes. This popsicle is so good. Shout out to Johnny Pops. Oh, it says, oh no, that was something else. And I really like this cover too, but it's not very accurate. Like, I like covers that are like a scene from the book, and then when I get to that scene in the book, I'm really excited. Like, ooh, this is on the cover, and it gives me a nice imagery reference. So the cover is nice. Like, I didn't really imagine her like this and all that. It was good. Like, it was very simplistic. It was good. It was good. It was simple. The themes were very obvious. Like, if there wasn't so much killing and, like, sex in it, it would be a good book for middle schoolers. Like, because it's an easy read. Very easy read. Okay, guys, that's all I'm going to do for today. That's my book review of Iron Widow. I really need to start recording my videos after I finish the books, so because the thoughts are more fresh in my head. Like, I had some good thoughts about it right after I read it, and I was like, but I don't really remember any right now. So, that's my review of Iron Widow. I have no subscribers anyway. If this goes viral, I'll buy someone coffee. I don't know.